not see some of the continuations of some of the series that I like. I would hate to miss out on potentially new great games, because I'm sure this thing's going to have some great games. Microsoft, for the most part, tends to come up with some pretty interesting exclusives. But I may never see them, and that kind of upsets me.
Yeah. And I mean, even when you go onto Xbox.com, it basically says introducing Xbox One, the all-in-one entertainment system. They're not using, video game console or anything like that. And, I mean, they got, it's essentially a bunch of crotch shots of the system and how it's simple and, you can be immersed and recognized. And actually, if I can find the picture, it's absolutely creepy. It's like the Kinect is actually getting closer to you. But it's just, it's frustrating because it doesn't feel like they want gamers to even touch this in a reality. I mean, you get all of this stuff, and then you get the games. It's just like on the 360 dashboard, where you have video, music, entertainment, then games, and then system settings. And that should not be the case.
It's kind of like their
video game system.
Kind of like they're saying, "Oh, you want games? How about this? No, I want games. What about this? No, I want games. How about this? Give me my fucking games."
Yeah.
I don't think you're hearing me properly. I said games.
But, I mean, this has been me personally, my thoughts, and they started off very weak, just, announcing the system and all of that. And then they started talking to the press, and they wouldn't shut up. Every time they said something, worse stuff came out of their mouth. On Joystick, they said if you're backwards compatible, you're backwards. So, I mean, are they essentially insulting everybody that likes backwards compatibility in their game systems?
I personally love it, and if Microsoft is insulting me, then I can take my business to Sony or Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, at least Sony has a way to download PS1, PS2, and PS3 games onto their system, and Wii U is fully backwards compatible with the Wii, and they do have their own virtual console system. And you can still access the eShop from the Wii Virtual Console, which has a couple hundred games on there, which include everything from arcade units to N64. So, I mean, one user I saw online, he had commented on the fact that the guy had, that had mentioned about the backwards compatibility. He had said nobody plays backwards compatibility on systems anymore. It was only about 5% of users use it. And somebody's like, yeah, because you took it out. I can't play it if it's not there.
Exactly.
I mean, the Xbox 360 only had, 30, 40 games that were compatible, like original Xbox moving up to the 360.
They had to be very specific games. I ran into that problem before trying to play this game or that game, and it wasn't worth the frustration of saying, oh, now you can't play this game of yours, now you can't play this game of yours. So eventually I gave up.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even work right compared to...
Yeah, like Psychonauts. You get halfway through the game and some cutscenes audio doesn't play. There's graphic glitches, it freezes. Some games had save errors. I mean, because all they did was emulation. They didn't do what Nintendo did.
Try playing a game called Phantom Crash, and the cutscenes, they skip so badly.
Yeah, I mean it was frustrating. And Halo 2. Halo 2 had multiplayer levels that were completely unplayable. They lagged so badly.
Well, another thing, I mean, I guess this is a positive-ish, not really, but I guess, if it's not backwards compatible, because I remember with the 360, if you put a regular Xbox game in it, it would disconnect you from Xbox Live. At least if it's not backwards compatible, it can't lock all of your other games by disconnecting you from Xbox.
I didn't think about that. They were totally just looking out for the gamer there.
That's what it is, you guys. They're just trying to make sure that you don't get screwed over by screwing you over.
Yeah. Other rumors that are floating around is that the Kinect is going to be able to count how many people are in the room and charge per person. It'll be able to scan a Coca-Cola ad on your table and give you Coca-Cola ads on your dashboard. And, the list goes on, because people are still uncertain. There's trolls running around, obviously, because as you can see by a lot of these pictures that I'm posting up, it is perfect troll bait. It really is. I mean, Microsoft is trolling themselves just by releasing this, info. And they are, in all reality, putting a gun to their head for the Xbox, name as a franchise.
Another thing I'm a little concerned about is, are they going to make you have Xbox Live Gold? Because not everybody can afford, if you do it all together for a year, it's like $70. If you do it for a few months at a time, it's this much. Not everybody can do that, even if they have internet. Just barring the no internet thing at all. Not everybody can have Xbox Live Gold. And not everybody wants it. I mean, some people are just very private people. They don't want to be connected to a bunch of other people. They don't want that. Not even necessarily that they can't afford it, they just don't want it. And then there's people who can't afford it. So what is even the point if they make you have gold? I'm not saying they're going to, but I mean, it doesn't seem so far from what could happen considering everything else they're doing.
Yeah. And, everybody was thinking the whole pre-owned games thing was just so over the top and wouldn't happen, and, that there's no way, a company could be so full of themselves. And they kind of proved everybody wrong on that.
And not in a good way.
Yeah. I mean, what else is going to happen now?
Now that we've been talking for like 7 hours.
Yes. But, I mean, outside of that, I don't know how many people are going to kind of look through any of this yet, but, post your comments, your opinions, what you think, what you hope they do at E3. What you would personally like from the system, and maybe even what type of games you would like to see using the controller and the Kinect and all of that. Because there is potential there. They could just turn around at E3 and say, we're sorry, we listened, we've taken, what you've said into an account, and
that would count for a lot.
It would. I mean, it could really turn gamers' opinions around, but...
It may redeem Microsoft if they can get their heads out of their asses long enough to realize that this is not perfect.
But, only time will tell. We got E3 right around the corner, but outside of that, we'll cover that as best we can and, give you more news as it comes out, but... Outside of that, this has been Misfits Media. My name is
Good luck,
Slade,
gamers.
once again. Do it.
Good luck, gamers.
Yeah. I've been here once again with Seabiscuit, who just left, Caboose, and Amanda. and we will see you later.